Hey, I haven't uploaded anything in a while that's of any relevance to anyone. Um, I was in a church the other day, and I hadn't been to a church since February February 21st, 2011. Simply because on that day my grandmother died, and I couldn't bring myself to go in one. But I was alone, so at least no one was around, so it wouldn't be a little awkward. Um, and this is in Melbourne, if any of you know where Melbourne are, if you're not in Australia. Um, Search St. Paul's Cathedral, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's a huge landmark for Melbourne, and I'd passed it so many times, but I'd never been inside. So I go inside, there's a few people in the pews, those are seats. And at the end there's this massive gold encrusted picture of the Virgin Mary, and a huge cross at the back with stained glass windows everywhere and marble columns and a huge dome that is God with the hand over like this. So yeah, and it's like soundproof. You can't hear anything from the outside world. I could hear ambulances just as I got in. I couldn't hear a thing. I'm like, nice place to be at the end of the world. Not that will happen anyway. I remember sitting down one of the pews at the end of one next to a column. I just sat there for what seemed like an hour. It was only half an hour, but time seems longer when you're concentrating. But thinking about my nan, how I never said goodbye to her properly. Like at the funeral, like it's customary to pay your respects, and I did. And we said a little nice speech about it, but I didn't really mean it. Because I was in denial. I didn't believe she died. Because I was so close to her. I would see her every 1 or 2 weeks on the weekend. We'd spend the whole day together. She never knew I was gay. I could never tell her. She was from that generation. I'm sure she loved me anyway. But I just remember crying in church. Just remembering her. She was so nice. Anyway, I didn't know why I was crying, really. I just felt an overwhelming sadness that I hadn't said goodbye properly. I just say every day. You should see with me again. I wonder when we lose our sense of what's happening around us. When you get to an emotional state where you just forget everything around you you should get time itself. It just melts away. And you're left feeling vulnerable. I've never been used to that feeling, but that's what I felt in that church. I'll always remember that feeling. Many of you have lost a loved one. It's never easy. Even if you never really pay much attention to them, you will still miss them.